Hey, what is up, you guys? So today I'm gonna be giving a little review type thing on my thoughts on the show Goblin. It is a K-drama. It is also translated sometimes, I believe, to Guardian. You guys, I finished it last night, and sorry, I'm clapping a lot. I'm really excited. I finished it last night and I am shook to no end. Shook out of this earth. Guys, watch this show. End of video, that's all I need to say. Watch it, drop the mic. But seriously, you guys, check this show out if you haven't already. I'm gonna give like a tiny little review at the beginning that's not gonna have spoilers, but warning, warning, warning. If you skip ahead in this video, you may encounter a spoiler, but I will give you a warning on the screen when I'm switching to the part that's gonna have big time spoilers. Lately, I've been on a huge Jang Suk kick, and I've been watching like all of his dramas. So when I saw Goblin, I was kind of like, really all I've watched is like Jang Suk. I don't know if I feel like starting one that's like airing now, I don't know. And then like right after it finished airing, I believe, everybody was talking about this show. I mean, everyone. And I was like, you know what? I'm bored. I need to savor my Jang Suk dramas because he is enlisting soon. So I was like, okay, I'll watch something else. I was like, all right, I'll watch like half of a Goblin episode while I eat my lunch. Like I probably won't continue it, whatever, let's just check it out. Girl, that day I think I spent 4 hours watching like the first few episodes. Oh my God, it is so good. I'm sorry, I'm so amped right now. I'm just like fired up. First of all, I just wanna say the original soundtrack for this show is beautiful, it is incredible, and it fits so perfectly to the show. Like, the music just fits so well, it was flawless, it was so well done. The theme song is everything. The theme song to this is seriously one of my favorite theme songs ever. It's beautiful. Every time it comes on, I'm just like fired up to find out what happens, ready to just cry for hours, and it's just, I really like it. This show did a perfect job with casting. I do not think that any of these characters could have been played by anybody else, seriously. Gong did amazing as always. Duh, he is a great actor. I've seen him in Train to Busan as well, and he is very, very incredibly talented. So obviously he did an incredible job, but with him I wasn't like surprised just because I was expecting incredible from him. And the other actors I didn't know beforehand, because like I said, I'm more into K-pop and I'm just recently getting into K-dramas. So I don't know much about many actors, to be honest, besides Jang Suk. But, geez, Lee Dong-wook, the Grim Reaper, the most perfect casting I have ever seen, I think. And I swear I read somewhere that he like almost didn't get that part or something. What were y'all thinking? Thank God you gave it to him. Because like seriously, the way, it's such an interesting character, and the way that he plays the character is just, it's so perfect. Like, I mean, obviously I don't know what a Grim Reaper would be like, but that is like how I picture it, if that's like how Grim Reapers were. Like, it was just so well played. Like, he perfectly played this like strange and like sort of awkward, like emotionally fueled character, and he just played it so incredibly beautifully. Like, it blew my mind every episode. I think he's like what got me so hooked, because I was just like, wow, like my God, like this guy is a genius the way he's playing this character. The actress who plays Jun Tak, she did an incredible job as well. There is, I mean, this isn't really a spoiler. There's a scene where she cries. I mean, when is there ever not a scene in a show where somebody cries? I won't tell you why she cries. You can cry over anything. But she cries, and it is done in a very realistic way. Like, that's kind of hard to explain, but I feel like a lot of times in like shows, movies, like not even like just Korean ones, like just any like show and movie, I feel like a lot of times crying is like glamorized. Like, it'll sort of be like this soft kind of like tears rolling down your face, like kind of thing. And like, if you are crying really hard, God knows what kind of face I just made. But if you are crying like really, really hard, it'll almost like go silent and just play music over it, and it'll be like slow motion where they're just like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm talking about? And they did not do any of that, and I love that. I so greatly appreciate that. Like, it was a very like ugly cry, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in like a realistic way. Like, I mean, if you're upset about something, you're gonna ugly cry. Like, nobody's sitting here like, You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna like bawl your eyes out. And like, that's how they portrayed that. And I sincerely appreciate that because I feel like the emotions felt so real in this show. Like, not just from her, but from all of the characters. Like, emotions felt so real and so not like glamorized, which is great. And I think it gave it so much more of an emotional feel. Plot of this show was incredible. Everything unfolded so well. It was one of those shows that like, I feel like parts were predictable, but I mean, when is something not a little bit predictable, you know what I mean? But there was so many surprises along the way that you were definitely not expecting that just really kept the show going. There was so much like intricate backstory and intricate creating of how the things in the world work and like how things with gods and like life and death and reincarnation and all that stuff, like how those things work. And it was fascinating. Like, it was so well imagined and portrayed, and it blows my mind how well it was explained and how well it all connected in the whole story. Like, it was just spot on, absolutely incredible. Dialogue and script writing in this show, genius. It is absolutely brilliant. Like, my mind was blown. Every single line was incredibly necessary. There was some incredibly humorous lines. There was some incredibly like poetic and beautiful lines. There was just so many smart lines too that like, I love shows like this, and this is like definitely a series that gets you thinking about your life and just thinking more deeply about things and thinking like, well, wow, like, yeah, I never thought of it that way, or like, wow, like it really makes you think about life in a different way, or like appreciate life in a different way. And I think shows that can do that have really, really done their job. Cinematically, this show, the cinematography in this show is beautiful. Lighting, effects, everything is so beautiful and real and magical. And like, the thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking of cinematography in this show, if you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about, is when the Grim Reaper and Goblin are like walking through that smoke and they're like, dun like there's not music like that. That's just the music I'm picturing, but they're like walking in slow motion in the smoke for like, I swear, like 3 minutes straight, but it was the best 3 minutes of my life. But like, it was so beautifully filmed and like, so like emotionally charged. It was so good, guys. And just feelings while watching this show, I will say that like, I laughed a ton watching this show. There's some incredibly smart humor in this show, incredibly well done and well-timed humor. Also, I bawled my eyes out. I cried my eyes out. I kid you not, I think every single episode. Like, whether it's something huge in the plot that happens, or if it's just like, if you've seen it, you'll know that there's just kind of like things with tiny side characters you get to see that are just so emotional and like upsetting and heartbreaking, and like just so much emotion in the show, and so much necessary emotion too. Like, it just really gets you involved and thinking about the show and attached to the characters, and even attached to characters that aren't even explored. But I genuinely got a lot of good cries out of the show. So if you are looking for a good cry, this is the show for you. And if you're not like a fan of crying, I would still really encourage watching the show, because it's not the kind of thing where it makes you cry and you're like, oh my god, like, why did I see this? Why did I watch this movie? Like, it's not something like that, like where you're crying and you're like, why did I do this to myself? Like, I shouldn't watch this. It's like so depressing. It's like, it's just sad in like a very real way, and like a way where it's like you resonate with the things that are happening, so it just makes you think, and you just get like overwhelmed with your emotions, really, and it's fantastic. Now, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, please do not continue on if you have not seen the show. Even if you think, girl, I want to know the spoilers, spill the tea, no, leave. You will regret it big time if you let me spoil this for you. Trust me, I always push on through these and I'm like, oh no, I don't care if it gets spoiled. And then I find out what happens and I'm like, I wish I would have found that out on my own. So just please, leave the video. I don't care about watch time. I don't care about the algorithm. Leave if you have not seen this show already, and go watch it because it is incredible. So find out for yourself. I want to talk a little bit about specifics of the show. So, the relationship between the Grim Reaper and Sunny, I think was genius. Absolutely genius. Like, the way it tied into the past and the future and everything, it was just so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Like, I felt so much for the Grim Reaper, and like, seriously, he's one of my new favorite actors. His crying scenes, incredible, spot on. And also he's super good looking. But just like the romance between those two is so beautiful and carefully thought out, and the way everything ties in together. Since I just watched the ending, I do want to talk about the ending. This show did surprise me big time with how it ended. I kind of thought it'd end one of two ways, you know? The one way a lot of people would sometimes expect is, oh, like she'll pull it out and then he'll just live and it'll be like, oh, like just like now he's not immortal or something and he'll just age gradually or something. That was kind of like my first thought when I started the show. I'm like, it's just gonna like take away his immortality, like he's not gonna disappear. And then like second thought you might have is like, well, he'll die and it'll just suck and be over. But the show did something really interesting where like she didn't, you know, like she didn't choose to pull it. He pulled it out because he knew he had to using her hands. And he died. And that's the crying scene I was talking about earlier, where she just lets out that just so real and desperate cry. And that was so necessary. I'm so glad they did not glamorize that scene. It was so hard to watch her cry. And like, I probably sounded the same way. I was a mess watching that scene. But it was so necessary. And I'm so glad they chose to do it that way. That was such a smart decision to do it that way, seriously. And then the way that he comes back was also sort of incredible. And like, I'm so glad the Grim Reaper didn't lose his memories, and I'm so glad Sunny kept her memories too. That was a great touch, I think. But I mean, it kind of sucks that Ji-Eun-tak's like the only one that's like, what's going on? Well, I guess Deok-hwa had no clue what was happening either. But like, still, like, it was just really great to have them keep the memories. And I think that, I'm like bouncing all over the place, so bear with me, guys. And the way that Sunny is Wang Yo, I'm sorry, I'm calling him like 1,000 different names because he has 1,000 different names. But Wang Yo, the way that his last person to escort to death is Sunny, girl, and then they find each other in the next life. That is beautiful. The way that with Ji-Eun-tak, I felt very conflicted while I was watching her sacrifice herself. At the end, it was shocking, but it was like shockingly beautiful in a way, because it's like this girl that the whole series has fought so hard to like keep her life at all costs, fought so hard to keep her life, fought so hard to stay with a Kim Shin, and she just fought and fought and fought against death and just fought so desperately for life. And there's just something so beautiful about the fact that in the end, no matter how hard she fought for all that, no matter how much she wanted that, she gave it away so that a bunch of kids could have a future. And there's just something so beautiful about that and like so telling about that. Kind of about like human nature as well. It's just like, I don't know, like she just fought so hard, but realized when something was like almost like bigger than herself, I guess. Like it was very beautiful, and thank God she found him in the end, and thank God it was her first life. That was beautiful, and I'm so glad she didn't give up her memories. And then I just sort of want to talk about the side characters really quick, like all of the side like death stories and things like that. And the thing where that freaking guy's dog comes to pick him up at the Grim Reaper's door, I lost it. Dogs always get to me, man. But like, it's just, all the side stories were so beautiful and intricate, and like just the Grim Reaper's like realization of like why he's where he is, and like how he can move past the Grim Reaper life, like what it's gonna take to, you know, go above and beyond that. And like that you have to like learn to want to live more than anything again, because the reason that he was a Grim Reaper is because he had taken his own life. And it's just, everything was so beautifully wrapped up. I could talk about this show for hours on end. If you want to ask me any questions about stuff in the comments, please do. Please don't include spoilers in the comments though. I really don't want to ruin this. If there's spoilers, I might delete them, and I hate doing that, but I don't want the show to be ruined for people that haven't checked it out yet. So, I guess I'm not really gonna tell you that if you haven't checked it out, check it out, because hopefully if you're watching till the end of this video, it's because you've already seen it, because I really hope you didn't let me ruin it for you. I warned ya. But thank you guys so much for watching. This show is one that has moved me way more than anything has recently, and I just think it's so beautiful. I'm probably honestly gonna watch it again to make sure, like, take even more of it in, and just, the show is beautiful, the soundtrack's beautiful. Support it, watch it again, let me know your thoughts on it. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button down below for more K-pop content, more like just random content, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.